newest thing from the shop. This is my copy of an Ives 1694 locomotive. We've wanted one for a while. MTH made a copy of one, Williams made one, but I have not been able to find one that I can afford. I got lucky enough a couple years ago to pick up the top shell from an MTH warehouse sale, and it came with the lights and the pantographs, but no plates on the side. And I have been looking for multiple years and have not been able to find a frame. So finally decided it was time just to go ahead and build one. So the frame is 1/4 inch brass L-bar that I cut to length and soldered together. The top is just a 2 sheets of flat brass put together, soldered onto my L-bar, and then sanded down and sprayed red. The little platforms on the end are actually steel, so that they would have some weight to them, to put some weight on the end of the frames. And then I drilled holes in the sides and bent coat hangers to be my railings. I used a brake wheel assembly from a Lionel tank car. And when all that was done, I drilled from the bottom and put 2 screws to hold the steel platform onto my brass frame. The motor is similar to like a Lionel 259-ish. I think I actually took this one out of a 248. And it worked really, really well. I made some mounting brackets out of brass and then soldered them on to get the motor on. Once that was on, then I knew everything would work. I found I had extra Lionel Lines plates laying around. So I had 2, one for each side, and I had 2 leftover number 655 plates from another project, and they fit in exactly into the holes that were already in the locomotive shell. I made the center Pennsylvania brass. I just made a rectangle and then had a custom stamp made with Pennsylvania, and then the little waterslide decal is from a Lionel GG1. So I put one of those on each side, just kind of finish off and make it look nice. The trucks were actually a little bit more complicated. I soldered a brass post to the bottom and then tapped it so that it would take a 632 threaded screw. And then I used the top of used a Lionel 260 front truck and welded it onto the top of a Lionel 610 passenger car truck, and then added a cow catcher on the front that came off of an American Flyer box cab locomotive. So when everything was all done, some custom made trucks that I spray painted a metallic black or metallic gray, nice red frame, matching red roof, and then black paint, and turned it into a Pennsylvania. The original Ives said Ives Lines and had an IL, a big diamond in the middle. And recreating that was going to be really, really hard. But I have a bunch of Pennsylvania stuff, and I thought it'd be really nice to make it a Pennsylvania locomotive. I put a latch on one end, not both. Originally, this would have had a manual arm selector on top to do forward and backwards. And I can go back and add an E unit if I wanted to, but for this, I'm only going to run it one direction. So I put the hook on the back, but it matches up perfectly with the height of my tin plate passenger cars and runs really pretty well. So let's get you guys a little demonstration. And this would have had the passenger cars behind it, and I will keep looking for those, and maybe someday we pick up a set of those to run behind it. But for right now, a modern recreation of an Ives 1694 locomotive. Nice and smooth running machine. Took about 3 or 4 months to build. but not too bad and fairly accurate.